Hey, this is Willie. Just thought I'd give you guys a little of an attachment update. Had to hook up a new attachment onto my tractor. We'll get to that later on in this video. But something I usually do with the attachments, in this case, this is my summer attachment getting swapped out for fall. Grass is pretty much all browned out. We've had this thing for 3 years now. I think the video I posted up on this was over 3 years ago. Engine was not the first one on there. This was rebuilt 2 years ago. So I try to keep the engine in really good shape. But this thing's been going all year long without any problems. It needs a bigger gas tank, but other than that, it works really good. Cuts the grass to about 4.5 inches. Wheels are still holding up pretty good. Wiring is fine. I have to trace down a short somewhere. I think water is getting into one of those plugs and causing problems, but that's not a huge deal. Something I did with this is as soon as I was done cutting grass the last time I used it, I changed the oil so if there's any sludge in there, it would have been stirred up after running it for about an hour and a half. And put some fresh oil in there. I also took some oil off the bottom of the dipstick here and put it up on top so it would keep that from rusting. I sprayed the entire engine down inside and out with fluid film to prevent any corrosion, as well as I took the air filter off and sprayed fogging oil into the intake and into the cylinder. I had to take the spark plug out to put it in the cylinder and crank the engine over once with a rope and put it back at top dead center so both valves are closed to seal the engine off from the elements. The gas tank and everything was already run out of gas. I also hooked up a separate fuel line to the fuel pump and sprayed WD-40 through the fuel pump and the carburetor to prime that all with oil so it won't corrode. I even sprayed underneath this pulley cover and the actual top of the deck all with fluid film so it won't rust. I cleaned the underneath of the deck and sprayed the underneath of the deck with fluid film as well. I actually took the deck out altogether, which is just 2 pins in the back and 2 bolts in the front. It comes out pretty easy. Cleaned out all the grass, sharpened the blades up quick, and fluid filmed the underneath of the deck as well so it won't rust. I'll try and prevent any kind of rust. And it's going to sit out here for the rest of the winter. Before I parked it, I took a leaf blower and blew all the leaves and pulled all the weeds out so the vegetation doesn't hold any moisture up underneath it. I mean, there's a pretty big pile of leaves back here. All the stuff I cleaned out. So a bit of an update. Put this away for the winter. I'm going to put the cover on this. I need to get a tarp on it, but I don't have a tarp right now. But I'll get one eventually. I gotta get that on a shopping list or something like that. That's done for this year. And now I'm gonna pull out the vacuum unit. So stay tuned for that. That was parked here. You can see the line from the tailgate. Okay. There it is. takes a little bit to start it because it does have a fuel pump on it, but I had no doubts it was going to run fine. That's after sitting all spring and summer long, so that's 6 months. No, even winter. That's been sitting all winter too. No, I might have fired that up in the springtime. Yeah, I think I might have fired that up in the springtime, so it's been sitting all summer. Still has the old oil in it, still has the old gas in it. I didn't even add gas to it. It still has a half a tank. Just want to make sure it was going to start, and I had I had full confidence in it starting. In case you were wondering, I put that bungee cord on there to keep the hose from smacking me in the head when I'm driving. Because sometimes when you make turns or go up and down a hill, the hose would bend and smack me. That was all that's for. And that also helps keep the play out of the hose. And I add the strap here to keep that from coming unhooked, because these brackets they put on here from the factory are a little worn out because they're getting old. I mean, this vacuum unit dates back to the, I think it was 87 or 97. I think it was 87, this vacuum unit. I have the original engine still out in the shed that's detonated, but haven't really messed with it. So there's your update. Oh, and the reason I'm going to put these two videos together, here, let me open this up, give me a second. Okay, as I was saying, the reason I'm bringing these two videos together is this trailer I'd sprayed with fluid film before it sat, and as you can see, there's really no residue in here. You can actually see a bit of a line right here of some fluid film. Water can't get up in here, and then that's the same line on the other side as well. I believe that's the residue from the fluid film, so it's still somewhat damp in here, but no rust. Even though it's been sitting here, or sitting outside, and didn't even have a cover over the screen. It's been sitting outside, and I don't see any brown. I see discoloration, but not like it's any fresh rust in here. Nothing flaking in here, so fluid film seems to be doing its job as preventing corrosion in here, even though it's been sitting. So, got her all together. So yeah, getting ready for leaf season. I also fluid filmed my cart today, since I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, 2 cans of fluid film, well, 1 3/4 or so by the end of the day. Different things like that. This will be the next guy to be serviced, but not going to be doing that right now because that's going to need some welding up in the front. So if you like that video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.